Share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share the live stream to everyone that is close to you. Keep sharing so that we can reach to as many people as possible. It is important that we pass this message. This is something we have signed up for. And there is no giving back, no going back, no retreat, no surrender. Please join. As you join, you like and you share. Click like and share. As you join the program, you click like and you share. Make sure you invite somebody to join us. Do not just be there all alone by yourself. If you can invite somebody to join, it is important, because this mission of preaching the gospel is something that has fallen on all of us as Biafrans. And we have to continue to send this message across. The whole world must hear us. I urge you to like and share the program. Please like and share. Do not hesitate to like the program. Do not hesitate to share. As I'm telling you to share, I'm equally sharing to people who are also on my platform. So we have to make sure that we have a full house. Very important. This message is a message that we must hear. A lot is going on in Biafra land, and this is not the time that we have to be economic with information. We don't have to be economic with information. Every information we have, we must put it out there for the Biafran people to be aware. That is why I am coming online twice every day. I come online twice every day to make sure that this message gets to everyone. And as I come online, you equally will help to share. Every one of us have a role to play. You know that we are not in charge of the conventional media. We are not in control of the conventional media. In conventional media, they manipulate every information. International media, they have equally bought most of them. Even on social media, they have bought many of the network, and they are hindering our messages. They don't allow us to pass the informations we are supposed to pass. That is why when we come online, we continue to beg Biafran people to help us to push this message out. If we don't do it, nobody is going to do it for us. If you and I do not push this message out, nobody is going to do it. What they do is that when they commit their atrocities in Biafra land, they hide it from the world. That is what they do. Each time they commit this atrocity, they hide it from the world. The same way they did, the same thing they did. The same thing they did in 1967. They gave us blockade on all areas. They make sure that they blocked us on media. Information were not coming. People in the other side of the world did not know what was happening in Biafra land. That was why they were able to commit genocide in Biafra land, and nobody was held accountable. Up to this moment, the people who participated in that genocide are still walking free. They are still walking free, and we cannot accept that. Every one of us in this time that we're in, this is not 1967. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekano, has been able to galvanize us and give us the social media through his broadcasts. He encouraged us to be on social media. Wherever you are watching this program from, if you are watching me from Facebook or you are watching from YouTube, whichever angle you are connecting from, I welcome you in the name of Chukwu. Before I proceed, I want to remind you that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. A platform under the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do here is to encourage Biafrans to stand up for their right. What we do in this platform is to tell the world what is going on in Biafra land. And we will continue to do so. You that is watching on the comment section, you have to help us to push this information away. The reason why they are getting away with atrocities in Biafra land is because none of us is speaking. I can bet you that so many things that are happening in Biafra land, nobody knows about it. People began to see the reality of the calamity in Biafra land from the time of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he went to social media and began to educate people with facts, with evidence on video, on audio. And in the era of our Prime Minister, he has intensified in that very awareness. When you go to Twitter today, we do not just say a word and you see it is form. Everything I say on this platform, go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, you see evidence on video. There are video evidence, picture evidence, audio evidence to every single thing I am saying here. I don't make up words. That is why I do not preach a message, except it comes from the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Chukwu Okekarium have given us a man who knows the road. And it is because Mazi Simon Ekpa knows what the Janjaweed do not know. He knows what the Nigerian government do not know. That is why they are mad. Just the same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu woke everyone up through his message. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu engaged in massive evangelism. He did not wake up only Biafran, he woke up the Middle Belt. He woke up the Hausa people. Today, Hausas are fighting for their freedom. He woke up the people from the Southwest. The awareness created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is so massive that the zoo cannot comprehend it. But remember when he started, they were calling him miscreant. They said that small boy. They addressed him as that little boy. A man that is above 50, they were still addressing him as that boy. But our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ignored them. Today, just as he said that he will use only the truth and the microphone to bring the zoo to their knee. That has happened today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not fire a shot. Today, the zoo has become like Somalia. The message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was very clear. Self-determination for Biafran people. Conduct a referendum. That was all he was preaching for. They refused. They came to his home to take his life. Chukwu Okekarium preserved him. He escaped. They couldn't have it. They continued to chase him until they pursued him all the way to Kenya. In connivance with the Kenyan government, they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. What crime has he committed? He was asking for self-determination for his people. Before the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they were all everywhere, calling him different kinds of names. They called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. That was why they even labeled the IPOB then a terrorist. There's no kind of name they didn't call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, troublemaker, terrorist, miscreant. But today, that same man they were calling them today has become an angel to them. After his kidnap, They felt that they have stopped Biafra and they began to celebrate. When they kidnapped Mazen Nandekano and extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria, they announced it in Hausa and they were celebrating that they have stopped Biafra. They didn't know that they have just kicked off the restoration of Biafra. They preached all their propaganda and blackmail and they celebrated and they said it's all over. They didn't know. They just made a way for the coming of Biafra. Today, we are in the era of the prophecy of Mazen Nandekano. Because they lack knowledge, they fail to understand the message of Mazen Nandekano. He told them that if you take me away from this very restoration, you are going to see something that is worse than I am. You are going to see more brutal person than I am. He told them, if you take my life today, Biafra will come within some hours. They called it a bluff. They took Mazen Nandekano away. Even before Mazen Nandekano answered the call, because I believe it was Chukwu Okeke Abiama that arranged for Mazen Nandekano to be away. If Chukwu Okeke Abiama did not sign it, they cannot. Mazen Nandekano ordination is not from man. No man appointed him. No human being made him a leader. The anointing of Mazen Nandekano is from his mother's womb. He was born for this mission. And from birth, he saw what he was called for, what he was born for, and he began to pursue his career. When he completed his assignment on evangelism, let me tell you, any Biafran today that said that he is not awakened, anybody, any indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria that is not awakened, that say he doesn't know the true situation of the zoo, he's either lying against himself or he's insane. The truth is out there. Mazen Nandekano completed his assignment of evangelism. And when he saw the new dimension, he announced it. He announced it and said that every one of us should key behind him, share his videos, listen to him, that this man is bringing the new dimension. He didn't only stop there. He announced the beginning of the fall of the zoo. Mazen Nandekano by himself tell us after 150 days prayer, we are going to march. That is why when I see people today who call themselves the IPOB Nigeria trying to drag us back, when I see some ignorant fools dragging us back, I know that they don't know whom they are talking about. Some of them will come and tell you how Mazen Nandekano is an angel, how Mazen Nandekano will not support Master Simon Ekpa, how Mazen Nandekano is an angel and a man of peace. Of course, Mazen Nandekano has always been a man of peace. He never picked up arm against anybody. He was preaching peace. But in the midst of the message of peace, you went to Kenya and kidnapped him. Today, for the past 3 years, even when your court said, let this man go, they have refused to release Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano is still under solitary confinement for almost 3 years now. And you want us to continue to protest. You want us to continue to beg you. You want us to continue to write petition. Only an idiot will do that. Eventually, the Biafran people have gotten a leader that knows what the people want. Chukwu Okeke has given us Master Simon Ekpa. Who knows what the zoo do not know? He knows what so many of us are shying away from. And today, the only thing he does is to come online and ask Biafrans to defend themselves. How is that a crime? They are so angry. They are so angry at Master Simon Ekpa. Ask them, what has he done? Simon Ekpa is out there in Finland encouraging his people to defend themselves. Stand up and defend yourself. Don't wait until you are completely destroyed. That is his message. Self-defense is what he's preaching. I do not see any war, any law in this planet Earth that stands against self-defense. And I guess that these people should go and read up what self-defense means. But of course, In the Zoological Republic, everything has a different meaning from its original meaning. Every word in the zoo has a different meaning from its original meaning. More especially when it has to do with Biafra, they will interpret it in a different form. Just like they were always saying, all of a sudden, nobody knows the meaning of restructuring. During the time of late Muhammad Buhari, when you talk to them, they say they don't know the type of restructuring you're talking about. They pretend not to know what it means. That is how the zoo operates. Everything has a different meaning to them. When it has to do with Biafrans, self-defense is no longer viable. But when it has to do with the northern Nigeria, the governors will encourage the people to defend themselves. When it has to do with Biafra, they encourage them to defend themselves. But Biafra, there are no single elite at the boss to ask people to defend themselves. We have governors in the north ask people to defend themselves against the terrorists. We have seen the Minister of Defense in that zoo telling people not to wait for the military to defend themselves. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, when we wake up to defend ourselves, it becomes a crime. But I have a news for you. We thank God for Chukwu Kabiamafo, Master Simon Ekpa, who has now reminded us of what self-defense is and how self-defense is being carried out. Every human being on the planet Earth has the right to defend him or herself. If you refuse to do so, this planet Earth is a jungle. If you refuse to do so, you risk losing your life. And that is the message the Prime Minister has brought. Calling Biafran to stand up and activate their right to self-defense. That is the only crime he has committed. The only crime he has committed is calling his people to defend themselves. What Biafran people are doing, what the Liberation Army is doing is defensive. Liberation Army have not crossed boundary. They have not crossed Biafran territory to go to other territories and begin to chase people. They have not gone outside Biafran territory to attack anybody. Never. The Liberation Army operation is limited to Biafran territory to maintain law and order, to protect life and property of Biafrans. And most importantly, the Prime Minister announces every single thing before he goes on operation. Just as you speak, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, have announced the unleashing of 3,000 men. 3,000 special squad have been unleashed in all the 40 states of Biafra to secure Biafra land and take vengeance on the atrocities that they are committing against Biafrans today. As they have declared war of jungle on Biafrans, the Biafra Republic of Nigeria will not keep silent. The Liberation Army will not keep silent until we are wiped away. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria have announced the release of 3,000 special squad in all Biafran states, the 40 states. And the warning has come. Stay away from every barrack. Police barrack, army barrack, naval barrack, custom barrack, any barrack, wherever they are operating with their guns, stay away. Stay away from police station. Stay away from every checkpoint. Don't waste a second in any checkpoint. If you find yourself there, do not waste a second. Don't. The warning has come. You know, every time the Prime Minister is going to do something, he always warns. That is the beauty of his. And that shows you that he's not a terrorist. He warns you. It's left for you to take correction. Just like he told the zoo that the only option they have today on the table is to engage Finland government. Engage Finland government to mediate between Biafra and Nigeria. Prime Minister spoke about this by himself. But instead of them cashing in on this opportunity, what do? They prefer to continue to push their propaganda of arresting Master Simon Ekpa. and extraditing him from Finland. You think that Finland would be so foolish to extradite their citizen to Nigeria? You really think that any sensible country in the planet Earth will extradite their citizen to a Nigeria, a lawless country, a country that does not obey their own law, a country that have disobeyed international law? But of course, they will always come and make themselves feel happy by saying this online. Each time they come, they just want to say this to make themselves feel happy, to make themselves feel proud, to make themselves feel as if they are talking. The whole world have known what Nigeria is known for. Kidnapping. The government of Nigeria has involved in kidnapping. Today, a case is hanging on their necks, the extraordinary rendition of Mazen Nnamdi. And you think that any sensible country in this world will give their citizen to you in that lawless country? Country that does not obey their own law. A country that destroyed the life of its citizen. A country that its own judge have said, let this man go. You do not have any right or jurisdiction to try him. In fact, you should pay him compensation. But what did they do? They continue to hold Mazen Nnamdi. And you now expect that any country of the world will listen to you. Every one of us was here when the United Nations gave them an ultimatum to release Mazen Nnamdi. They refused. And the whole world was watching. Now you think that any country, sensible country in the planet Earth, no matter the crime their citizens have committed, no matter the amount of crime their citizens have, you think any country will carry their citizens and give to the Nigerian government? It is different when the person is just a Nigerian, trained by the criminal system. It is a different issue. I am talking of a citizen of another nation, knowing how corrupt Nigeria is, knowing how lawless the country is. Do you think on your own sake, just think, do you think that any responsible and reasonable country will release their own citizen to Nigerian government, no matter the kind of crime the person committed? No country will do that in this 21st century. No country will extradite their citizen to Nigeria in this 21st century. While we are talking of the past, today video emerged how they were taking the life of Biafrans and dumping them into the river. Video emerged where the terrorists of Nigeria dragged the bodies of Biafra and they went to a river and threw in the body. They brought them with a big van and they threw every one of them into the river and opened fire on them. Genocide in broad daylight, on video recorded. You see, sometimes when we say certain things, that is why any idiot that is bringing any talk to Master Simon Eber, if you are a Biafran and you are against Master Simon Eber, you need to be hanged. That is the right punishment for you. After seeing this video that came out, how they are committing genocide in Biafra. This is not the first time. They did this in the Zoo River. During the time of Peter Obi, Peter Obi did this in the Zoo River. And nobody was held accountable there. Up to this day, nobody has been held accountable. And today they have the balls to do it again. They did the same in Obibo. Nobody was held accountable. Instead, the people that perpetrated that evil, were promoted on their various places. They have done the same in Okuama. Okuama community was decimated. Innocent lives smoked out of them. Innocent people, their life was cut short. Their life cut short. Nobody was held accountable. Today, you see what is happening in Abia State. Why is it so difficult for this so-called military? They claim to have all the experience. They claim to have all the equipment and all the support. Why don't you go after the people that are going after you? If you claim that a certain group attacked you, you have the videos, you mention the name of the group, from your own speech, you know them. Why are you not going after these people that attacked you? Instead, you go after innocent citizens and unleash mayhem on innocent citizens who has not committed any crime against you. And you want us to fold our hands and pretend it's okay. You have just met your match. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, have announced that 3,000 men has been released. 3,000 soldiers of Biafra have been released to go and defend Biafrans in all 40 states of Biafra. Trust me, whenever announcement comes from my Prime Minister, if it doesn't happen in days, it happens in weeks. If it doesn't happen in weeks, it happens in months. With the little resources we have, we are going to do great things. You had the confession, the testimony of one of our sister, a Biafran lady who is a doctor at Lut in Lagos. A Biafran lady, a doctor. The military broke into her house, malhandled her elderly father that is up to 70 years of age, and they took her younger brother that is just merely 15 years of age. A teenage boy was carried, and the sister also. This is the jungle war they declare against Biafrans. They have become so bold that they don't even hide their wickedness. They do not hide the genocide. They announced it. When the chief of army staff announced jungle war, every one of us know what it is. Indiscriminate loss of life of Biafrans. Indiscriminate arrest of all the Biafrans. That is what it means. Taking the life of anybody on sight. That is what it means. And that is what they are doing today. And after that, they dump their bodies in the river. And you, that is a Biafran, after watching that video, you still got the guts to open your mouth and talk trash. Never forgive you. I see some of them, so many of those idiots who have benefited from the corrupt system. People from Biafra land who have benefited from the corrupt system, they continue to support this atrocity. They continue to say that it is right for the military to go against innocent citizens that have not done anything against them. It has become a trademark, terrorism against the citizens, terrorizing the citizens for something they know not about. More especially when it has to do with Biafra land. They do not do the same in the north. They don't do the same in the north. We have seen the bandits shoot down an aircraft in the north. We have seen the bandits take out military men on good numbers of them. On daily basis, even one happened of recently. They dare not even mention it. But when it has to do with Biafra land, just like they did in Udi, during the time of Obasanjo, they did in Obibo, Peter Obi helped them to do in Ezuriva. They continue to do that. But I bet you the time is up. We can no longer accept that wickedness. Never again. Never again with Biafrans accept that wickedness. We will never ever accept it again. We will never accept it. In the era of the restoration of Biafra, we have the man who has the mantle today, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And the only message he has is for us to defend ourselves. Today, they are very angry at him because he knows what they don't know. They are very angry at him because he's educating Biafrans on their rights. They are very angry at him because he has interpreted the word that people are scared of. Self-defense. In case you do not know, what the Prime Minister is doing today is called self-defense. And that is why he can be boldly talk about it in public. That is why he can announce it. That is why he can say it. That is why he doesn't hesitate to give warnings and directive. That is why he takes that position as the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria. Wherever you are as a Biafran, every one of us have to wake up from our slumber. Do not be deceived. Do not be cajoled. Do not be tricked. Your freedom is in your hand. Your safety is in your hand. Your survival is in your hand. There is no miracle that is going to keep you safe. There is no miracle that is going to save you. The only miracle that will save you is the miracle of self-defense. The miracle of self-defense is the only thing that's going to save Biafran territory. And that is why, in pursuit of self-defense, we owe nobody any apology. The Biafran government owe nobody any apology. You as a Biafran, if you know what is good for you, you must wake up. You must wake up. Begin to make inquiries by yourself. Stop believing the nonsense they are teaching you in the zoological public. Stop believing their lies and propaganda. If you have not known about the zoo today, I pity you. These are idiots that operate almost the same system, divide and rule, blackmail and propaganda. That is what they are known for. Today, one thing that is in their mouth today to deceive people, the ones they can deceive, is regional government. They have started singing regional government just to distract attention. This is their strategy. Remember, when the restoration of Biafra was on the high peak, they brought Peter Obi and they told you that Peter Obi is going to win. To distract and divide the attention of Biafra, and they succeeded. Many idiots fell away and they began to support Peter Obi. Today, they have come again. When they saw that we are approaching the restoration of Biafra, they saw the massive response of Biafrans in support of the exit from the zoo. They come with the regional government to distract some people. And already, some people are already buying the idea of regional government. Some idiots that are looking for cheap way. There's no easy way to heaven. There is no easy way to heaven. You must die for you to go there. No easy way to heaven. Today, they have started preaching regional government. And some Biafrans are buying into that nonsense. And I thank Chukwu Okokarima, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, have issued a statement. He said, anyone that is a Biafran and that person is in support of regional government is not speaking for the Biafran people. Anyone that is supporting regional government and you are a Biafran, you are not speaking the voice of the Biafran people. You are speaking for yourself. And from all indication, you don't need to be told that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is in charge of Biafran territory today. With more than 40 million votes of Biafrans to him, he is unstoppable. With more than 40 million votes of Biafrans, no government, no organization can stop him. Mazi Simon Ekpa is a very friendly man. Now I know why he was called the Ambassador of Peace, Global Ambassador of Peace. Even in the midst of the dehumanization and attacks, he kept a window. He left a window for a talk. He didn't only leave a window, he directed them, go to Finland government and ask them to mediate between the Biafran people and the Nigerian government. If you want to make things right, go to them. You see, when you see them come and call for Mazi Simon Ekpa arrest, you and I know that that will never happen on this planet Earth. When you are talking about the extradition of Mazi Simon Ekpa, it will never, this is a fact, it will never happen. And of course, they will continue to deceive their people, the idiots, the one Nigerian is, they continue to deceive them to make them happy. Each time when they come online, they begin to call for his arrest. They forgot that in that same country, they have summoned the ambassador of Finland, and she told them that this man has not committed any crime. He's simply standing for his own people. He's simply enjoying his right of speech. They have made a move to consult diplomats to bring Mazi Simon Ekpa down. It did not work. The diplomats told them, go and negotiate with him. They went to Germany to discuss with their chancellor on the issue of Mazi Simon Ekpa. She told them, go and negotiate with him. They wouldn't do that. They want to flex their muscle. And just as they make everything is fake in Nigeria, just as they bring their fake news and fake informations, fake contracts and fake everything, fake documents, they continue to fake to their people that they are going to extradite Mazi Simon. You are extraditing him for what? For preaching self-defense, for telling his people to protect themselves. Is that why you want to extradite him? And I ask again, do you think that any sensible government in this planet Earth today, in 2024, do you think that any government of the world will give their citizens to Nigeria? You can only find that in Africa. Only an African country can do that. There is no European country or America that will give their citizen to Nigerian government to prosecute for anything, no matter the crime the person committed. They will not. If it requires that that person will be tried, it will be tried in the country where he is and not in Nigeria. Because Nigeria is on record of being lawless. Nigeria is on record for injustice. Nigeria is on record for terrorism. There are evidence to every single thing I say here. I'm not saying it to make you happy, not to demonize anybody, but it's a fact. One of the most open and closed one is the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even today, they come to their conventional media. Every single idiot that comes to their conventional media, we promote Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and speak of how good he was. They speak of how peaceful he was. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was making that agitation, none of them agreed that he was peaceful. They joined hand and named him a terrorist. When a move was made to take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 28 people lost their life in that house. There was no uproar. Nobody has been held accountable up to this moment. This same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lost his two parents in the hand of the Nigerian government. Nobody has been held accountable. Nobody complained. They feel it's okay because after all, he's a Biafran. It doesn't concern anyone. This same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they come online today and say, oh, he's more peaceful. He's very peaceful. He doesn't make problem. Mazi Simon Ekpa is a troublemaker. Mazi Simon Ekpa is this, is that. That same man, they have called him, everything they call Mazi Simon Ekpa today is what they have called him in the past. Some of you don't pay attention. If you want to confirm what I'm telling you, any idiot you see among these governors, among this one Nigerianist that is praising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and check what they were talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before his kidnapping. Just a throwback. Recently, the other woman, that idiot that called herself a human rights activist, that woman, that came and began to insult our prime minister and begin to praise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And at the end of the day, to show you how wicked she is, to show you how that wickedness and hatred will never stop. That idiot of a woman was comparing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Yusuf, a terrorist in the north, and was comparing Mazi Simon Ekpa to Shekau, a terrorist in the north. That is how far their hatred can come. But when you see them trying to praise Mazi, you think that they are not doing it for good. They are only doing it to get at Mazi Simon Ekpa. Their praises and their love is not genuine. It is never genuine. If that woman called Aisha is genuine on talking about the praise of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he would never compare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Yusuf. You can't compare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with Yusuf in any way, in any manner, educationally, in events, in education, everything. There's no way, there's no comparison. let alone comparing him as Simon Ekpa with Shekau. A man that is living in the Western world, you know his address, you can call him, you can speak to him. He is very active everywhere, he's not hiding. Very soon we're going to have our convention in Finland. And if you want to see him, go to Finland in that convention, you will see him face to face. A man that the whole world is talking about, they know him, he's not hiding. And yet, because of your wickedness, because of your hatred, you try to compare him with a terrorist. You compare Mazen Nandekan with a terrorist. People who their objective is not obtainable. Their objective is not obtainable. But just like our Prime Minister have said far back, there was a message that our Prime Minister preached. He said that every Muslim will be much more comfortable to be in an Islamic state than in a secular state. It is a fact. Every Muslim will be much more comfortable in an Islamic state than in a secular state. When he said that, some people don't understand. When you see the illustration of Aisha, it is not now far-fetched. You now understand what our Prime Minister was talking about. But the most painful are those people from Biafra land, from Biafra territory. Igbo people, to be precise, who are supporting the zoo because of what they gain, because of their selfish interests, because of what they are getting. They sold their right, they sold their conscience, and they continue to sell their conscience. That is the most disturbing one. I don't care about what other people say. The most painful one are those ones who the state is against them, and they know it. The state is against them, and they know it. But because they have a little more privilege than the others, they are comfortable with it. Because they feel that they enjoy more privilege than the others, they are comfortable with it. They don't learn their lesson. People who cannot think about others, it's about their personal interests. Every one of us was here when Rochas Okorocha was doing everything in the north. Rochas Okorocha was the closest man in the north. Even when the whole Biafran land rejected late Muhammad Buhari, Rochas Okorocha gave him a vote, thinking they're going to trust him. Rochas Okorocha have more investment in the northern Nigeria than any other place. Rochas Okorocha invest in the north more than any other place. He speak Hausa more than anything. But when the time came, what happened? They rubbished him. They put him where he belonged. And they told him, you are an Igbo. You are a Biafran, just like other people. And yet they don't learn their lesson. Look at the other idiot, Ojuzo Kalu. When his own turn came, he was crying. He was shedding tears. Some of us in this country are not favored. Who are some of you? Who are some of you that are not favored? Oh, the few handful of you, about less than 1% of you that have sold their people in the name of being in position. You are not favored. That's why you're crying. Where is he today? Where is he today? Look at the London boy who was truncating, jallicating from every angle of the earth. Today, London boy has made the northern part of Nigeria his home. Today, he's in Sokoto, the next day he's in Borno, including making donation. And this idiot forgot that you cannot do 1/4 of what Jonathan did for them when he was in power. This idiot, the London boy, forgot that he cannot do 1/4 of what Goodluck Jonathan did for these people when he was on power. He empowered them on different ways. He did everything to please them. But yet, they attacked his convoy. He disgraced him and they threw stone at him, even as a president. They don't learn. They will never learn. Today, he is moving from one northern country to the other. And already, they have already started telling him, you must not contest in the next election. Even though before then we are already gone. Before then, we're already gone. But they are already reminding him that he must not contest in the next election. They are already using their intellectuals. They are using their intellectuals, somebody like that idiot who called himself a professor. They are using him to tell him not to contest. And of course, you know what is coming. Jagaban was able to manipulate why he wasn't a president. Think of what he's going to do now that he's a president. Before that time, he will be in exile. P2B will be in exile before then. When you tell these people, Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for you. You are not part of the plan. You are not part of the plan. Your name is, there is no arrangement that concerns you in that program of Nigeria. They tell it to you face to face. They say it by their appointments. They say it in their news. They say it to you through their policies. And yet you don't understand. You still think you can force yourself. It is a shame. It is a shame that some of us as Biafrans have decided to accept that slavery. That slavery. Some of us have decided to accept it. But I thank Chukwu Okike for the Biafra. We cannot be distracted. We cannot allow anybody to come on our way. We are freeborn as Biafrans, and we will remain freeborn. Chukwu Okike, who created us and gave us that freedom, no human being will take it away from us. Just like our parents, when they were taken, our great-grandfathers, they were taken to the US to serve as slave. They said, instead of them to serve as slave, let them get their freedom in debt. And they walked into the river, and all of them got drowned. And I bet you, as they got drowned, their spirit was freed. That is how important freedom is to a true Biafra. That is how important freedom is to a true Biafra. So when you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today in their courts telling them, you cannot jail me. When you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their friend face calling them terrorists. When you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their own court accusing them and telling them what they are supposed to do, you now understand that we are fearless in the face of our enemy. We know the value of freedom. When you see Mazi Simon Ekpa with all the propaganda and black waxing stronger, even when you think you're going to slow him down, you don't know that you are pouring fuel into the whole thing. When you think that you're going to weigh him down with your propaganda and blackmail, you just showed him away. And if some of you know what is good for you, you should have known by now that your propaganda and blackmail propels him to go higher. Your propaganda and blackmail propels him to do more for the Biafran people. He has made it clear to the whole world that instead of Biafra not to be free, he will turn to a monster. And the freedom of Biafra is going to come. That is why today, every single thing is done today done legally. Biafra don't get involved in anything illegal. That is why in every country where we have less offices, they are all registered. Every one of them has submitted letter of recognition in their various governments where they are domiciled. Those of you who are waiting for Mazi Simon Ekpa to be extradited, you are going to wait until you get your grave. You are going to wait until you get your grave. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is a very lawful person, the ambassador of peace. The only thing he does is encourage Biafrans to defend themselves. And he wants to teach them the true meaning of defending themselves. It is about saying what it means to defend themselves. He showed them what the international law means when the international law says you have the right to defend yourself. These are the interpretations they have hidden from the Biafran people for a long time. They have hidden from the Zoological Republic and their citizens. But today they found out that someone who knows better than they do has come on board and they can't handle it. They are so agitated. They are so uncomfortable. They are so uncomfortable. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter your blackmail and propaganda, Biafra will definitely come. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. It is just a question of time. And when we say Biafra will come, we don't just say it. I have seen the full step to freedom. I have seen what he's doing to gain the freedom of Biafran people illegally. I have to Biafran government. In Nigeria's Zoological Republic election, our program, as someone about the prize that told Biafrans, do not participate. It is not for you. Biafrans withdrew. They didn't cast their vote. They said 5 million percent in support of the restoration of Biafra today. And that is why you are seeing the massive response on the 8th of November, December convention in Finland. The whole world will be shocked. Let me see who is going to stop the coming of Biafra. Let me see who is going to tell the Biafran people to see the convention on camera. You are going to see it. And then you will know that the endorsement of Biafra has already been gotten. Just like Mazen Nandekano said, he said, when the time comes, we are going to get the mandate from Biafran people before we make the declaration. Mazen Nandekano made it clear that Biafra cannot be declared without a mandate from Biafran people. Today, the Biafran people have given their mandates to Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. That is why I believe that Biafra is here. It is not just because of he said it. Judging from things that are happening, things that I have seen, it is very clear that Biafra has come. On the 2nd of December, the declaration of the restoration of independence has been made, and the Biafran territory will be defended. It is going to be more tough than you are seeing today. So wherever you are, as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okikadiam to continue to support your freedom. Continue to support. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Any support you can give to Liberation Army, give them the support. It is not wrong to support self-defense. What the Liberation Army is doing is called self-defense. The Liberation Army have not gone into somebody's territory to attack them. They have not gone to fight against innocent people. They are going against the terrorists in uniform that have continued to commit genocide against our people. They did that in Okwama. Today they are doing that in Abia State. We have seen a video of the genocide they are committing. They have done it in Ozu River. They have done it in Udi. They have done it for a very long time. And we can no longer continue to endorse that. Self-defense is the right way to go. And the Prime Minister have explained it the way we understand. For those of you who are in arrest, you are going to call until thy kingdom come. And when Biafra is here, you will realize what you have done to yourself, and the government of Biafra will decide your fate. For those of you Biafrans who are standing against the freedom of their people, those of you from Biafra land that are standing against the freedom of the Biafran people, after the coming of Biafra, the court of Biafra will decide your fate. Whatever the court decides on you, you are going to face the full wrath of the law. There's no point talking too much about that. To your tent, O Israel, if you do good, you do yourself. You do bad, you do yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this very broadcast. If you are connecting from any part of the world, may Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect every Biafrans across the world. May Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect the Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, the Strike Force, the Air Force of Biafra. May Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect our 3,000 men who have been dispatched to secure Biafra land. May Chukwu Okikadiam continue to guide and protect every single one of us that is here on this program. May Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect all our media warriors that are speaking on various platforms. May Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland and every member of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile cabinet. May Chukwu Okikadiam guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Oputobi of Biafra land, and the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of Biafra. We pray for more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, strength, and protection. We pray for Mazen Nandekan for divine health. We pray for Mazen Nandekan for divine healing. We pray for Mazen Nandekan for divine strength. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate you. And I say, no weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Amazing Nanika shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow morning. If you have time, join me on YouTube tomorrow morning. I will be live tomorrow morning. I always have my morning program and evening program. So if you have time, join me in the morning. Click your notification bell so that you'll be notified. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe and share the video wide. Share it to everyone. Very important. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne